Pickup 757. My name is Nevie Sessoms. I'm coming to you from behind bars to business building. In this segment, we want to talk about, basically want to give y'all a little bit of insight about how it was as a youth, how it was growing up. I grew up in the city of Norfolk, but I also lived in Virginia Beach. I always lived in Chesapeake, but I just wanted to take it far back and just give y'all a little insight on how I was thinking and moving as a youth. I was born in '76. My mom, my family's from Campostella, Deers Park. Grandma, Miss Ike Cannon lady, y'all probably know her. I'm sure if you lived out Deers Park, you know my grandma. So, you know, we was running through there and we was living out there. Then we actually moved from there to Park Place with 29th Street, right there where social service is at now. We used to live right on that street. And we stayed there, and then from there, we moved to Lakeland Apartments. That was on Military Highway and Norview Avenue. Y'all might not know what it is now because right now, Super Kmart is on that lot right there. So basically, we moved around a lot back then. I mean, those were the three places, and I don't even believe I was 3 or 4 years old then. As we was moving, I'm running around, little snot nose, flipping on, pissy mattresses, playing hide and go seek in the woods, all of that stuff. In Lakeland, I went to Norview Elementary. I went there from kindergarten to 4th grade. Basically, same thing, just hanging out in the neighborhood, not really, getting in trouble. Petrified of my mother. I didn't want to do anything wrong. Just me and my little brother. And my mom ran the house with an iron rod. I mean, she was a single mother. She had 2 boys to raise to men. So she did what she thought was right, and she did what she had to do to make sure we was respectful, make sure that we, when we went out in the world, we represented her and our family correctly. I mean, from elementary school, we made it through elementary school, and then I say around 4th grade, we moved to Virginia Beach. We moved to a neighborhood called Pine Oaks. That's neighborhood 4 right there, as you can see. Every time the rent went up, we moved. So we moved around a lot. I was in a lot of different neighborhoods. But in Pine Oak, we went to Thalia Elementary. That's where I got my love for track. I realized that I was fast back then. We used to race and I used to beat everybody. So, that's where I learned that I was actually fast, and that's something that I picked up and carried me throughout high school. But I have some fond memories when I was living out there. I remember I was always athletic, and I remember it was a guy that was here from New York. His name was Damien Breathwaite, but everybody in the neighborhood was scared of him. And I was just, at that time, I wasn't a troublemaker, but I wasn't gonna let nobody punk me. So I remember one time going back and saying, let's meet on the hill and let's wrestle this thing out. Unfortunately, we don't do that these days because everybody is shooting, everybody want to kill somebody, but back then, we would wrestle and we would shake hands and dap up after we was done. And that's what I remember growing up back then. And I was out there like 5th and 6th grade. Another memory that I have from there is we had a house fire. I actually saved my little brother's life. I was presented with an award by the city of Virginia Beach and the fire department of Virginia Beach for knowing proper fire safety procedures and stuff, because I actually came home, I seen smoke coming out my window. I went in there, my brother is trapped behind the flame in the back bedroom. The house was smoky, couldn't see. I ran back out because he wouldn't come out. He worried about getting a beating. I'm like, you about to die. We not gonna worry about this beating right now. We can get to that later. But right now, you need to come on. He wouldn't come, so I had to run out, get my breath, went back in, got him out. Like I said, got presented an award at City Hall, Mayor Orendorff in Virginia Beach. At that time, we lost our apartment. They put us out. Once again, we on the move again. At that point, we ended up in Chesapeake. So that's, 3 cities, about the 4th, 5th time we done moved. We essentially got there, and I went to Indian River Junior High. back then it wasn't middle, it was junior high because it had 7th, 8th, 9th grade there. So I went there, and that's when I think I really started seeing life being different. We had our little crews back then, our little crews called the Nasty Boys. Wasn't really troublemakers, wasn't really doing much, you know, still me. I was a laid back guy, I still was an individual, I didn't want to be a follower. At that time around then, when I was 12, that's when I got my first job. My dad took me out on the construction site and I worked the summer with him. So that's when basically the teachers and the work ethic was put in me. My dad took me out with him as 12 and I worked on the construction site and I made my own money. From there, I was hooked because mom didn't buy name brand. Mom bought what she could afford. So I didn't grow up with name brand like now today. Even though I have more than enough money to buy what I need, I still am not a shopper. I'm still don't try to do what the in crowd do, but that's because those were the principles that was instilled in me as a child. So the thing that I feel is back then, me working, that's what put me on the right path to know that I had to work for anything that I wanted. After that, I started working at 12. I worked every summer up until I got my first part-time job at Hardee's at the foot of the Campbell Bridge. I guess after we moved from Albert Glen, we wound up coming to Mission College, right back in Norfolk. But I seen a difference when I came back to Norfolk as an adult. Booker T was a fashion show school. It was, you know, drug dealers, crack was the epidemic. I wanted to stay as far away from that as I could. So I was into my studies, I was into my books, but I did find myself falling victim to trying to be with the in crowd. I felt my first class. I was a straight A student. I felt my first class ever at Booker T, and it hurt me. I was heartbroken. But at that time, I still vowed that I was not going to sell drugs, I was not going to fall victim, and I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. I wanted to be an individual. I bought my first car from working at Hardee's, and the guys had their Honda Accords and Acuras parked up. I would pull up with my little Ford Tempo, and I would pull up beside them and pop my trunk and play my music just like I was one of them. I always pride myself on being able to do what drug dealers did, but from working. So that was always something that was in me. I guess if it's not in you, it's not in you. I didn't want to do it the way they was doing it. I always looked at what they was doing to be the wrong way. And I wanted to show that it could be done another way. I still carry on that passion now, even with my business. I promise it'll be big bank, take little bank, because ain't too many people making money out there like that in the streets. Right. So it's still possible to show that you can make an honest living and do whatever it is better than the drug dealers running a legitimate business. But at Booker T, I sort of got off track, and you know, like I said, working was still in my DNA, and I was working at Hardee's, and I would ride on my bike from after track practice, riding my bike across Campbell Bridge to work, because once again, mom wasn't giving you anything. Mom said the world don't give you anything. If you want to get to work, find a way to work. She had a car, but I wasn't allowed to get a ride, and I thank her for that, because she didn't make it easy for me. She said, if you want it, you get it. You go out there and get it. You make a way. Don't wait on nobody to give you a ride. Don't wait on me to give you a ride. And I figured that if mom carried the raw like that, the world got to be worse than that. So I took it as if mom did it like that, then I didn't expect nothing else from the world. That's another thing that I feel like that helped mold me and mold my mindset and how I did things out in the world. Nobody gave me anything. Anything I wanted, I had to work. I've been working since I was 12. It's only until, you know, after high school in Booker T, I went to Norfolk State. I'm working. I'm going to school full time. I'm working full time at Walmart at this time. I never forget it. Just got the job at Walmart. Joe Smith just got drafted into the league. I had the opportunity to go out to Cali to go to state with Joe and all the homeboys. But in my mind, I just got this job and I was like, I'm not going to Cali because I gotta live when I get back. Joe made it. I'm still trying to make it. So I missed the trip. Yeah, I got the phone calls, I got the pictures and everything, but I had my job. Most people aren't wired like that. Most people would have actually took that trip, say, forget that, I'm going with this NBA player and I'm going to experience this, but I had a different mindset. I was still trying to make it, and I understood that the priority was to make sure that I live every day after that and not just for that moment. So I missed that trip, but I was working at Walmart and I had to give up my job at Walmart because I didn't give up my job. I had to give up school because I had to work and have to pay bills. That's one of them crossroads where I wish that, I could have just, because I was an academic, track star. If I had the opportunity to stay in school and not have to work, then, my story might be different. But I wouldn't change anything because my story is what it is today because of the decisions and the choices that I made back then. And I don't think I'll be where I'm at without the process and the steps that I had to go through to get to where I'm at now. So after Norfolk State, I left that and I just worked, and then I wound up leaving Walmart and then going back to work with a construction company. And I ended up out Ingleside. I ended up on the island. That's what I say, that's when my life changed forever. I was gonna face my demons. That was when I failed on the island. I basically made wrong choices. Instead of going to find out I got laid off, instead of going to find a job, I had somebody in my ear from all the way back from Lakeland. I know I mentioned Lakeland in the beginning, all childhood friend. Now he has a connect out of this world. And he's like, yo, you in the perfect place. And I'm like, nah, I work. And I got laid off. And instead of going left and basically finding another job, I went the opposite direction and picked up that pack. All through my life, everything that I vowed that I wouldn't do, everything that I tried to set myself up, I've been a worker all my life. I never wanted the easy route. I never wanted to do it the easy way. I never wanted to do it like everybody else. I never wanted anything given to me. Anything that comes easy isn't worth having. I don't want anything free. Don't give me anything free. If you give me something free, I'm not even gonna believe it's free. I'm gonna try to pay you anyway because I know nothing in this world is free. And if people can get off the free lunch tip and stop thinking that you get something for nothing, we can start making progress because you get nothing from doing nothing. Nothing is free. I don't care how good they dress it up, how good they package it, nothing is for free. And you should actually run the other way when somebody try to give you something for free or say they're going to give it to you for free because they probably have ulterior motives and probably running game on you. So I just wanted to take this time to take you through the childhood that I experienced and where I grew up at. I moved a lot. I'm not from I don't claim no set. I'm from everywhere. I lived everywhere. I lived Norfolk, I lived Chesapeake, I lived Virginia Beach. I know all types of people. I'm cool with all types of people. That's why I'm able to get along with all types of people. That's probably why I'm able, as a business owner, I'm able to sell to all types of people. Because I wasn't in the hood just with my people talking about, yo, what's up? I can articulate myself to anybody I come across in my walk, in my daily walk. So a few things that I think that comes out of that is being diverse. I don't think you just can get rich off of just one set of people. You need to be able to service all types of demographics. And my childhood helped prepare me for that by moving around. I went to Virginia Beach school, I went to Chesapeake school, I went to Norfolk school. And by far what I was learning in the 8th grade in a Virginia Beach school, I did not pick up to 10th, 11th grade in Norfolk School. It blew my mind. That's why I breezed through Booker T. Because I was rarely in school. Because I wasn't learning anything. The stuff that they was teaching, I'd already done it in 8th grade. That's why I had time to clown. And that's why I failed my first class. But, you know, part of me wants to get back to the roots and get back and change that cycle, because there's no reason why schools in Virginia Beach should be that far ahead than schools in Norfolk. We all need to learn the same information. It don't matter where you live at. We all need to learn the same information. We all need the same fundamentals. Business, finance. Some people don't even know how to write a check. You know, I know you're not going to use all this English and all this geometry and all that, but some things are fundamental building blocks to life. You need to know how to add and subtract. You need to know how to balance a check, but you need to know how to write a check. You need to know about interest rate. You know the difference between paying 2.2 for interest on a 5-year loan as opposed to paying 8% on a 5-year loan. This needs to be brought back into the school systems and taught. But I was blessed to go through all different school systems. Don't put a discount on it. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I was a street guy. I wasn't a street guy. I was an intellect. I was in the books. I was on the track. And you know, that's not everybody's situation. That's not everybody's story. But I'm here telling you my story, and this is what I feel kept me out of the streets. Plus my mom, like, she didn't play. You know, she ran the house with an iron stick, and I thank her for that, because I waited till I was old to get in trouble, and I ain't do it on her watch. But just wanted to give y'all a little background story to how I grew up and where I come from and what I was doing as a youth. Y'all come back. I'll see y'all next time on Speak Up 757. Peace.